Now, last Sunday, the Iranian president warned America against the mother of all wars, as he put it. Donald Trump responded by tweeting, and I'm quoting, "Never ever threaten the United States again. We are no longer a country that will stand for your demented words of violence and death. Be cautious." These are the president's words, yes. Many said that Donald Trump was being selective. He'd ignored the rest of President Rouhani's statement that spoke of peace and engagement. The Iranian president had also said in the same breath that peace with Iran is the mother of all peace. The heated presidential exchange became the headline. The suggestion of talks was drowned. Within days, there was another headline. In a massive departure from the belligerent rhetoric, Donald Trump offered an olive branch to Iran. He now says, let's talk without any preconditions. Months after America pulled out of the nuclear deal with Iran, days after Trump fought a verbal duel with the Iranian president, Donald Trump wants to mend ties, it seems.
With anybody, I believe in meeting. The Prime Minister said it better than anybody can say it. Speaking to other people, especially when you're talking about potentials of war and death and famine and lots of other things. You meet. There's nothing wrong with meeting. We met.
It's become a bit of a pattern. First he threatens, then he talks. Then he threatens again, only to end up talking again. That's Donald Trump for you. He has been temperamental, and that has always dictated his foreign policy. It keeps his friends and foes on their toes because this man is unpredictable. In 2016, remember, Hillary Clinton had said that Donald Trump is not prepared to be president. He's temperamentally unfit, she said. And I'm quoting, "This is not someone who should have the nuclear codes." Of course, she was his adversary, and so you have to discount that. Now, almost 2 years later, the jury is still out on Donald Trump. The same Trump has managed to get North Korea to the talking table. He even met Russian President Vladimir Putin, and now he wants to talk to Iran without any preconditions. So is there a method to Trump's madness? Is it just temper, or is it a template of his foreign policy? Also the question, is Donald Trump pulling a North Korea on Iran? In simple words, is the carrot and stick policy at play with Iran now? Some of Trump's worst threats, remember, have been directed towards North Korea and Iran. But he soon toned down and surprised the world. Let's take the example of North Korea. Donald Trump threw diplomatic decorum out of the window when he called Kim Jong-un a rocket man and a madman. Obviously, the hatred was mutual, and there was a fitting response from the North Korean side. But then Donald Trump toned down again and he offered talks. He kept blowing hot and cold on North Korea until he met Kim Jong-un in Singapore.
These massive tax cuts will be rocket fuel. Little rocket man, rocket fuel for the American economy. He is a sick puppy.
Great personality and very smart. Good combination.
Is he a worthy negotiator?
Really, he's a worthy negotiator. He's negotiating on behalf of his people. A very worthy, very smart negotiator.
He's done the same in his dealings with Iran. Listen in again.
At the point when the United States had maximum leverage, this disastrous deal gave this regime, and it's a regime of great terror, many billions of dollars, some of it in actual cash. A great embarrassment to me as a citizen and to all citizens of the United States. I would certainly meet with Iran if they wanted to meet. I don't know that they're ready yet. They're having a hard time right now. But I ended the Iran deal. It was a ridiculous deal. I do believe that they will probably end up wanting to meet, and I'm ready to meet anytime they want to. And I don't do that from strength or from weakness.
Now, he seems to be doing the same with Iran, but is Iran North Korea? Certainly not. Can Donald Trump emulate the same strategy with Rouhani as he did with Kim Jong-un? It seems like a disastrous plan. There are more reasons than one. Donald Trump drew global condemnation after he pulled out of a multinational nuclear deal with Iran. Tehran has the edge, as well as the moral high ground of honoring that deal. And above all, the support of European countries. America stands isolated on this one. Iran's wider activities in the Middle East and West Asia are a security problem for the United States and its allies, and that's an open secret. But Tehran's oil dominance cannot be overlooked. Iran has made no bones about its retaliation should America cut its oil sales. The US had threatened to reduce Iranian oil exports to zero, but Tehran said there will be consequences. It hinted that Iran would block exports of crude for the Gulf. So it's not going to be as easy as Donald Trump thinks, and Tehran is not Pyongyang. Meanwhile, the deal with Pyongyang, the breakthrough, as Donald Trump said, may be a damp squib. US spy agencies now say that they have proof that North Korea may be constructing new missiles at a factory. This is the same factory that produced Pyongyang's first intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of reaching the United States. This major development could be a big blow to the peace efforts between the two countries after the historic June summit in Singapore. Here's a full report.
Is North Korea going back on its promise of denuclearization? According to US intelligence, new evidence has emerged that shows that North Korea could be in the midst of building new missiles. Satellite images reveal that work is potentially taking place on one or two liquid-fueled intercontinental ballistic missiles in a suburb of Pyongyang. And these will most probably be no ordinary rockets. The Sanumdong factory created the first North Korean intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, capable of reaching the United States. These findings come at a time when the US and North Korea are engaged in peace talks. Reacting to US intelligence reports, South Korea has expressed concerns.
The South Korean government is closely looking into the North Korean movements and closely working with the United States. However, I hope you understand that we are not able to speak about the intelligence.
But it seems the US is very much aware about Pyongyang's behind-the-scenes nuclear activities. US Foreign Minister Mike Pompeo has been quoted as saying that he knows very well that North Korea is continuing to produce fuel for nuclear bombs despite its pledge to denuclearize. The United States, however, still harbors hope that there will be a major breakthrough in nuclear talks. The United States had restored faith in Pyongyang's efforts to denuclearize after North Korea demolished its only known nuclear testing site, the Punggye-ri, ahead of the historic 12th June meeting between Kim Jong-un and US President Donald Trump. And most recently, satellite images emerged that appear to show North Korea dismantling a key satellite launching station which has been the main site for its satellite launches since 2012. It is very obvious that US President Donald Trump has entrusted massive trust on Kim Jong-un, considering this tweet after the summit. Trump said that North Korea was no longer a nuclear threat and that the country has great potential in the future. But if the latest reports are indeed true, there is no doubt that the US may have to correct its posture and perhaps adopt a more aggressive stand. Bureau Report, WION.